Macca's Guides.
Hey everyone, Macca here playing Little Nightmares 2, and in this video I'll be showing you all of the collectibles in the game, including the 18 glitching remains as well as the 9+ hats. I'll also show you how to grab all 30 of the missable achievements or trophies. You can actually beat this entire game and almost unlock nothing. Now the first collectible of the game is a glitching remain. You'll jump down a large hole and you'll need to climb out on the other side, but instead sneak into the tunnel in the foreground, and at the end you will find a glitching remain collectible. You just walk into it in order to grab it. It will instantly save, and there's always chapter select if you want to mop this stuff up later. The second glitching remain can be found after using a stick to set off a bear trap, slide down the log, and navigate underneath it to find the collectible. This should be pretty obvious, but in the top left corner you can see what chapter we're currently on, and in the bottom left corner you can see what we're actively working towards. I'll also leave timestamps in the YouTube description if you want to jump around the video. The next thing we can do is an achievement or trophy called Evasive Prey, and to do this you need to complete the level without getting caught in a bear trap. There are a couple of different bear traps littered around. I'm going to be setting them off here, and this will unlock once you reach the cabin. You can set off as many bear traps as you need, just make sure you don't die to one. If you do, that's okay. You will have to, however, restart the level from the beginning. Directly after the last thing we unlocked, we can jump up onto the box and head inside of the cabin here. And we can grab the What's in the Box achievement/trophy. This is really easy. Just jump and grab the fridge handle to open up the fridge, and it'll unlock. We'll then be able to find our first out of many hat collectibles from the fridge. Just head on through the door, come into the screen, and then go to the left. For hat collectibles, you will need to pick them up and they will go into your hat menu. You may already have some hats that are automatically unlocked when you start the game, so keep that in mind. This next hat is completely optional and a part of the Nome's Attic add-on. You'll only have this add-on if you pre-ordered the game or bought the deluxe version. After using the meat hook to grab the key and trying to exit the area, you may find that a little gnome starts running away from you. If it does show up for you, that means you do have the add-on and you have it installed, and you can chase it to the other side. After you chase it to the next room, follow it up the cabinet, find it in the couch. This will allow you to go through to the next room using a little bit of a light puzzle. You can then turn on the power and navigate back up on top. And if you make it here, you'll be able to pick up this optional add-on hat. I did just want to include it for any of the completionists out there. The next glitching remain can be found after you open the door to the outside. Once you come outside, you should notice an outhouse, and you can use your buddy here to get a quick boost up. And once you boost up, you'll open up the door, go inside, and find the glitching remain. For the second hat, you'll jump across a large pit, and once you reach the other side, you can climb the cages in the background. Once you reach the very top, you can jump across, and then what you can do is jump on top of the hanging cage. Once you jump on top of it a couple of times, it should come crashing down, and then that will open up the door, and you can go inside and grab the second hat. You will then be chased by a hunter, and the sequence will end with you crashing into this building with a weapon on the right-hand side wall. What we need to do is pause the game and make sure that you have the beaver's tail hunting hat equipped. This is 100% necessary. Once you have this hat equipped, you can jump up on the box, grab the weapon, and pull the trigger. After you do that, a little bit of waiting will ensue, and the Tricky Fair Prey achievement or trophy will unlock. There is going to be one achievement or trophy specifically tied to doing something while wearing a specific hat in every chapter going forward. The final glitching remain of Chapter 1 is attained after your door comes to a beach and you regain control of your character, and it can be found standing next to the TV in the middle of the area. In every single chapter you do, finding all of the glitching remains will unlock an achievement or trophy for that chapter specifically, and then we'll unlock one at the very end of the game for grabbing all of them. Also, doing all the glitching remains allows us to get the secret ending. We then move on to Chapter 2, which takes place in a school. This one has 6 glitching remains, 2 hats, and a bunch of missable achievements or trophies. You will come to a section where you have to jump across a large gap, and you'll have to hang on to make sure you can pull yourself up. Instead of going across the beam, go down and to the left where this TV was, and here you'll find your first out of 6. You will then come outside and have to move a dumpster in order to gain access into the schoolyard. The schoolyard itself has quite a few collectibles, so let's make sure we grab all of them. The first thing we can grab is a glitching remain, and this is found near a dumpster in the furthest corner from where we entered. From the previous collectible, while still inside of the schoolyard, we can run forward and go up the stairs. Once we come here, jump over the railing and onto the dumpster, and here we can pick up our first of 2 hats. For this hat, we will want to equip it right away. So right after grabbing the hat, go and equip it. As soon as you equip the hat, all you need to do is drop down and then just run through the net here. This will count as a goal, so to say, and will unlock the referee achievement / trophy. As soon as we climb into the school from the schoolyard, we can try to grab the fly free achievement / trophy. Here what we'll do is we'll run forward and then up the hall and into the door on the left. And then once inside this room, we're supposed to pick up the ball right in the middle, but we are going to ignore that and instead go for the paper airplane. As soon as I pick up this paper airplane, I imagine you know what I'm going to do with it. Just run back to the window we climbed through and then throw the paper airplane through the window. And once it flies through, the achievement or trophy will unlock. The next thing we can grab is our 3rd out of 6 glitching remains, and we'll jump up on this chair and then through this broken door in order to drop into this area with an elevator and a couple of lockers. Just open up the 3rd locker, and inside we can find this collectible. The next achievement or trophy opportunity is for the Bully of Bullies achievement / trophy, and it takes place when you reach the classroom. What you want to do is sneak halfway across the classroom and then alert the teacher on purpose as you're almost home free. This will allow the students to chase you. Now you can jump up on the bookshelf, and as it comes crashing down, if it takes out at least 3 of them, you will unlock this. If you don't, you'll have to retry. Then we can grab the achievement or trophy called Merciful Feet. You'll come to this mandatory section where this boy on a rope will try to grab you. All you need to do is grab the lead pipe and then don't use it at all. Instead, just use it on the door and continue on with your playthrough. It will unlock once you reach the next room. We will then reach what I believe is a library, and here we can grab our second hat. We'll get one of these ladders on wheels that we can slide across, and instead of sliding it all the way, only slide it halfway to the second shelf. Then climb it to the very top, and you'll find a hat located on the left-hand side. Make sure you pick it up, or else it obviously won't count. For glitching remains number 4 out of 6, you will continue walking through the level until you reach this room with a large staircase and a giant clock at the back. Go up the staircase and then take the left-hand turn and follow the railing until you find your 4th glitching remain. For glitching remain number 5, you'll come down this small staircase and grab what is a food tray. You'll need to move it across in order to get through that hole in the wall. But after you move it, go and open up the door behind it. And then what you can do is hop up on this box and find our 5th out of 6 collectible. You will then reach a bathroom and climb out of a window to come across a beam. And as you enter the next room, you should notice a piano. Here we can grab the monotones achievement/trophy by jumping on the piano and then just running back and forth. And this is very reminiscent of an achievement or trophy from the first Little Nightmares game. It'll just eventually unlock. Last but not least, for this chapter, we can find our last glitching remain after doing this dumpster puzzle where we have to jump across a ledge. After you do that, just run forward, and as there is a break between the buildings, run away from the screen, and here we can find number 6 out of 6. As with before, this will unlock an achievement or trophy for this chapter. We then start chapter number 3, which takes place in a hospital, and you will eventually pick up a flashlight and you'll be taught to use it. As soon as you start using the flashlight, walk forward and squeeze between this small crack. You will then be able to walk away from the screen, and at the end of this hallway on the far right, next to a wheelbarrow, you will be able to find your first glitching remain. You will then come up a hallway and come through a door where you will see a very obvious vending machine. We're going to need to use this vending machine to solve a puzzle, but we can also grab the achievement or trophy called Hunger for dispensing a total of 6 cans. So just keep dispensing cans until this one unlocks. You will then interact with a TV and try to tune it. Eventually, when regaining control of your character, you can run over to the right-hand side and you will find an X-ray room, which is necessary to complete this puzzle. We're going to actually grab an achievement or trophy here. We're going to pull the lever to start the X-ray machine, go behind the X-ray, and then use the right trigger to hold hands. This will unlock the X-Best Friend. From the X-ray machine, move to the right-hand side where you'll be able to find a toy room. In this toy room, we will be able to find the key to solve the actual puzzle, but we can also hop up on this shelf in the back, get all the way to the top, and pick up a very important hat. This is the teddy bear hat, and we will equip this hat right away. This is also the halfway point for hat collectibles, so you'll unlock something for that as well. As soon as you do pick up this hat though, as I said, equip it, and now we'll be able to grab the Toys Are for Kids achievement/trophy. And to do this, while wearing the teddy bear mask, you'll need to take this teddy bear and then bring it downstairs into the incinerator room and incinerate it. Inside of this teddy bear is the key we need to solve the puzzle, and the achievement or trophy is unlocked for grabbing the key while using this specific hat. This section on its own can take a fair bit of time, but you're just going to take the elevator down, toss the bear inside, pull the lever, and then grab the key. Next up, we can find our second glitching remain. After getting the key and opening the door on the top floor, continue to move to the right-hand side. Feel free to start sprinting when you're ready, but after you come through the first door, go away from the screen, and at the end of the Hall of Prosthetics, you'll be able to find this one. We will then be able to grab the And Stay Dead achievement/trophy, which happens when we find our first fuse. You'll be attacked by a hand, where you'll need to pick up a hammer and swing and hit the hand 3 times in order to take it out permanently. This achievement and trophy is earned by taking out the hand and then continuing to swing your hammer at it when the hand is down. Swing it and hit it 5 extra times in order to unlock this. Next, what we can do is grab the very easily missable achievement or trophy called Popcorn. Right after grabbing that fuse in the last room you were in, you can put it in the door on the far left of the elevator to open up this cell. Go inside and you should be able to spot a piece of corn on the back wall in this little room here. Now you can probably take a guess as to where we are going to take this corn to make it to popcorn. Go down the stairs and then into the elevator to go to the incinerator room. Toss the corn into the incinerator and then light it in order to make popcorn. And this is how you can unlock this pretty easily, but it's a very tricky and sneaky one if you don't know what you're looking for. You will then come and sneak your way through a duct. You'll drop down onto a bed and you can find a piece of cheese near the wall here. We can grab the very tricky Objection achievement/trophy. And what we want to do is pick up the cheese and then come into this hallway. And instead of walking towards the screen, walk away from it to find this small crack that we can fit through. And then a door on the left that we can go through. Once inside this room, throw the cheese into the hole to get the Objection achievement/trophy. Very obviously, right next to that is glitching remain number 3 out of 4. The final glitching remain in the chapter can be found once you drop into a room with a very obvious light switch. And if you light that light switch, you'll notice you're in a shower with some bars of soap that you'll use to press a button. Instead of doing that, go to the far back left corner. Here we can pull a crate away and then sneak through a hole into a secret room. In that secret room is our final glitching remain of this chapter, and you'll obviously unlock an achievement or trophy if you've been following along. Next up, you will reach this section where you have to run across a large room with a bunch of mannequins that want to follow you, and you will eventually crouch your way into this shock therapy room. There will be a medicine ball on the ground, and you can pick it up and just toss it at the hands that are poking through the wood pieces. This is how you unlock this achievement or trophy right away. We can then grab our second out of 2 available hats in this level. You'll come and 6 will help push you through this drawer and you'll end up in this storage room. Behind the sink on the far wall, you can open up this storage container and inside you can find hat number 2 of 2 for this chapter. Last but not least, we can grab the missable achievement/trophy called First Do No Harm, and this takes place at the very end of the mission, at the end of the chase sequence. You will be forced to go into a furnace, and then you can drop down and navigate your way out of the furnace in order to lock the enemy inside. Now, in order to unlock this, what you need to do is do not light the furnace. Instead, just leave the area by going to the elevator button, calling the elevator, and then taking it to end the chapter. Once you end the chapter, this should unlock instead. We now move on to Chapter 4, Pale City, and we're going to grab a couple of cumulative achievements. The first one is called 26, and this is for calling your AI companion a total of 26 times by using the Y or triangle button. Then we can grab the In the Palm of My Hand, which is another cumulative achievement unlocked for holding hands for a total of 6 minutes. This will only unlock once you stop holding hands, so just stop holding hands every few minutes to make sure you don't grab it. Now, the first actual collectible we can grab in Chapter 4 Pale City is Glitching Remain number 1. You'll come through a window into a narrow street, and if you move towards the back, you'll find a sewer cover that we can drop down. And if you drop down this ladder to the very bottom, feel free to either climb down or drop down, whatever's faster for you. At the very bottom, you can find a Glitching Remain. Glitching Remain number 2 can be found once you solve the elevator puzzle to bring you up to this room. This is a mandatory room you'll need to get to in order to make progress. Instead of going to the right, go to the left, move the box, and then crouch into the vent. And after you exit the vent, find Glitching Remain number 2. Glitching Remain number 3 is found not too long after the last collectible, and it's found after you jump from rooftop to rooftop, and instead of climbing this wooden structure, go inside of it and then grab up onto the box and then through the window. Here we can find Glitching Remain number 3 sitting inside. We can then exit and continue the level. Now, hat number 1 can be found once you learn about the new mechanic where you can switch TVs, and then you'll jump down into this large room with packages and then drop down yet again. Instead of continuing on to the right, go and find this secret room to the left, and here we can find the Postman's hat for the first hat. We'll also need this hat for another achievement or trophy coming up soon. Now, Glitching Remains number 4 of 4, as well as the achievement or trophy called Unladylike, can be found after you zipline using a clothes hanger through a window. Instead of continuing through the level, drop down and then turn around and head out the window we used to get inside, and then push away from the screen and jump into the other window. Inside of this room, we can find 2 things. Most importantly, we can find our final Glitching Remain of the game. You'll unlock 1 achievement for finding all of them in this chapter, and 1 for finding all of them in the entire game. Additionally, you want to grab the trophy or the little statue of the geisha, toss it and break it, and this will unlock the Unladylike achievement / trophy. So we can grab both of those in this room here. Now, next up, we can grab the achievement or trophy called Post-Industrial. This one is another highly missable one. You'll come to another elevator puzzle and you will unclog the trash to jump down into this room. And now what we want to do is equip the Postman's hat. We need to be wearing the Postman's hat for this to unlock. Then go to the suitcase and open it up. Inside, you can find a package. So we're going to grab that package. And obviously, because we're going to wear a Postman's hat, what are we going to do but deliver that package? While holding the package, take it all the way to the far left of the room, interact with the door slot automatically to give the package away, and your achievement or trophy will unlock. This one is probably going to be pretty rare for a very long time. Now, this is the last hat we will technically pick up, although we won't get the achievement or trophy for getting all the hats. We're still in Pale City, and we have now entered a grocery store with a grocery cart, and there's a whole big puzzle in this room. But we're going to take the grocery cart and we're going to park it in this specific spot right here. We'll then be able to jump up on the grocery cart, jump up on the counters, or on the ledges rather, and then navigate to the back far left corner of the room to pick up a hat. There are still hats to earn, although they're not necessarily hats you will pick up as you play. Now, there is an achievement we'll need to grab in New Game Plus, but Chapter 5 is the last chapter of the game, and when you beat the game, you are automatically rewarded with a hat. If you have all of the hats and then beat the game, you should unlock all of them, and therefore your achievement or trophy. Last but not least, to make sure this video is complete, I'm going to do the How Do I Look achievement or trophy. After beating the game, go through Chapter Select and select a chapter, then pause the game, go to the hats menu, and equip the hat we earned for beating the game. This achievement or trophy should unlock, and you should also unlock Primetime Content Consumer, which is basically the Platinum Trophy, or the achievement for having all the achievements. You'll now have 1,000 out of 1,000 in Little Nightmares 2. Congratulations. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to drop a like, share this video with a friend, and a super special thank you to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. Hopefully I see you soon. Peace.